Hello and welcome to yet another video. And today I got another update for you about the upcoming Terraforming Mars expansions Prelude 2, Automa and more. So let's get started. Yesterday the Kickstarter campaign for the upcoming Terraforming Mars content was published. It is not live yet, so you cannot pledge it, but we can have a look at what's in store due to this picture being released alongside it. Text box in it says Prelude 2, more Prelude project and corporation cards, Awards and Milestones expansion, Automa's solo expansion, 7 neoprene board mats and seasonal promo cards. Let's go through it one by one. First of all, Prelude 2, the upcoming expansion for Terraforming Mars, which we all are waiting for. It will bring new projects, preludes and corporations, which will interconnect the different expansions and introduce preludes with ongoing actions and effects for the first time ever. I already made a few videos about this, and especially one where I go over a sneak peek of the new card. All videos about Prelude 2 are linked in the description, and the latest will show up in the top right hand corner of the video right now. Next up, we have the new expansion Automa, which will introduce a new and enhanced solo mode to Terraforming Mars. In contrast to the existing solo mode, which has you fight the clock to terraform Mars by yourself in a limited amount of generations, this new solo mode will introduce a system that lets you play a more or less regular multiplayer game of Terraforming Mars against an automated opponent. I expect this to be somewhat similar to how the solo mode in Dune Imperium works, for example, where whenever the bot is playing, he draws one random action card that determines his play in that turn. But for now, we don't have a lot of information on this expansion, other than that it's created by Nick Shaw and David Turchi, who have created other automated solo modes before. Next up, we will get new playmats, but sadly it will probably be only one brand new one. Because if you take a really close look at this picture, you can make out that the map at the front is Vestitas Borealis, one of the fan-made official maps that were released in the Fricks game store a while back. Knowing that, we can also make out that the second map is Utopia Planitia and the fourth is Terra Cimmeria, completing the set of 3 fan-made maps. For everyone who didn't get their hands on these, this is great news, but for everyone else, it's nothing new. We can also make out that the third map is probably Tharsis, the 5th one is probably Hellas, and I guess the 6th one will be Elysium, completing the base game boards. The only completely new map will probably be the last one way in the back there, but we can't make out what it's called or any of the new features coming with it. And next up, something I did not expect. Terraforming Mars will get an official expansion including modular milestones and awards that will also introduce new awards and milestones. This has of course already been introduced by several fan expansions, but it's still great to see as an official expansion. It will greatly improve the replayability of the game, even on the base game boards. We can also already make out some of the new milestones and awards. In the top left of the first page, we seem to have Ecologist, but I don't know whether it has been nerfed, buffed or kept the same. My guess that it has been nerfed a bit and been updated to require 5 tags. Top right, we have an award that counts Earth and Jovian tags, so great news for Terracta, Point Duna and Saturn systems, I guess. Next up, we have a milestone that requires some amount of heat and power prod. I guess it's 10. Next to it, there's an award for the most connected tiles on the board, so another ground game award, and great for players that like to place a lot of greeneries. I really can't make out the next milestone, but let me know in the comments if you have an idea. The award to the right of it will count tiles that are not placed next to oceans, I guess. Since it looks like the ocean has a red cross on it, and the text kinda looks like Highlander, which is an award on Vestitas Borealis, one of the existing fan-made maps that does just that. Then we will get a milestone that requires a certain amount of space tags, so finally some help for Phobologue. And the next award counts the number of played event cards, so it's the award counterpart to Legend. Then we will also get a milestone that will require a certain amount of money, I believe. I think that's similar to Planner in my opinion, as it will require not playing a lot of cards early on. And lastly, on the front page, there's an award counterpart to Ecologist, counting the number of green tags. There are also some milestones and awards that I can make out on the other pages, but the only new ones seem to be one milestone that requires 2 sets of Jovian tags, Earth tags and Venus tags, a milestone that requires Earth tags, and an award that counts power tags. Lastly, this Kickstarter post also mentions seasonal promo cards, and in fact we get to take a look at some. In the back we see 16 Psych. That was already announced a while back for issue 2 of the Spielbox magazine in 2023. It's a space tech that costs 31, grants 2 points, 2 titanium prot and 3 instant titanium. So in my opinion it's sadly just a straight upgrade to asteroid mining. No way a Jovian tech is worth 8 MC. The one in the middle is Supercapacitors, a promo that is already out. I made a video about it, which is linked in the description and in the top right hand corner right now. And lastly, and most interestingly, there's a new promo card with a name that I can't make out, but it costs 1 MC, holds no tags and allows you to once per gen transform 3 heat to 4 MC or 2 plants. In my opinion this is pretty cool as it's a backup plan for when you've overinvested into heat. It also grants flexibility for when you can convert your plants to a greenery to avoid asteroids. Great concept overall. But that's all for today. A big news drop and a cool sneak peek overall that made me more hyped for Prelude 2 and the new TM content overall. What do you think? Are you excited for Prelude 2, Automa or the new Milestone expansion? Let me know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing for more Terraforming Mars content. See you in the next one.